So Congress is back in session for what could be the last week of session before the election. A number of pieces of legislation on the floor, but what we're really paying attention to is how the funding resolution comes together. Congress is expected to pass a continuing resolution that'll fund the government through December 9th, and leaders in both chambers are working right now to put that together. The thought is that the Senate could go out of session by Thursday, and then the House would follow after that. As usual, we're following a number of hearings on both sides of the Capitol, including a hearing on Tuesday in the Senate Banking Committee. They'll be examining the Wells Fargo situation, and among the witnesses will be the CEO of Wells Fargo and CFPB Director Richard Cordray. On Thursday, the Energy and Commerce Committee in the House is going to hold a hearing on modernizing the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, and we'll be closely monitoring that hearing. We're interested in the Energy and Commerce Committee's hearing because the Telephone Consumer Protection Act has become a really critical regulatory burden for credit unions. In July of 2015, the FCC issued a new order that changed the definition of auto dialer and put in place other restrictions that have limited credit unions' ability to communicate with their members. So the Energy and Commerce Committee is taking a first step in modernizing the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. We think that's pretty important because telecommunication has changed a lot in the last 20 years or so, and how credit unions communicate with their members has also developed. So we'll be encouraging the committee not only to address the problems coming out of the FCC order, but to also make sure that the new Telephone Communication Protection Act enables credit unions and other financial institutions to efficiently and effectively communicate with their members and customers. As Congress leaves Washington over the next couple of weeks, one of the most significant advocacy efforts is going to involve the CFPB's small dollar lending proposal. The comment period for this proposal ends on October 7th, and between now and then we're going to make sure that credit unions' voices are heard on this. CUNA will be filing a very comprehensive comment letter before the deadline, but we're encouraging credit unions to weigh in as well. And what we think will be most effective is if credit union employees, the folks that interact with members on a daily basis, tell their stories about how they've used small dollar and short-term loans to help members that have faced financial emergencies. This is a key differentiator between credit unions, banks, and non-depository lenders, and it's something that we need the CFPB to hear because the folks that have written this proposal and that will finalize this rule believe that they've put something out that won't affect credit union lending. We just don't think that's true, and we need to make sure our voices is heard as they finalize the proposal.